right, well, I came across my old fishing pole. This was my fishing pole when I was a little boy. The old reel, an old Shakespeare reel. That's probably quite valuable now. I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, this was my fishing pole when I was a little boy. It was a Canadian Tire special. Yeah, see, Playmaker. Playmaker. It's an old Canadian Tire fishing pole, anyway. And this fishing pole now is, well, it's over 50 years old, anyway. It's about 50 years old. I got it when I was like 6 years old, so it's about 50 years old. Because I'll be 57 on July 1st. Anyway, my dad and I used to fish with this in the Tay River in Perth. On Sundays, sometimes he'd take me fishing in the Tay River. And he'd catch some sunfish or whatever. And we caught a fish one time and we put it in a tin pail that my dad had in the back of the car. And we brought it home. We put it in the bathtub at home. It didn't last very long before it died. My mom was freaking right out about that dirty old fish in her nice clean bathtub. You know, she wasn't too happy with us for doing that. But anyway, yeah, memories. I lent that fishing pole one time to a classmate when I was in high school, and I shouldn't have, you know, but I did. And then they left it in the trunk of their dad's 1979 Chev Caprice. I didn't get it back. And they sold the car with the fishing rod still in the trunk. And I got after them and I didn't let up until I got my fishing rod back. You know, oh, they were mad at me too for that, you know. When I did get the fishing rod back, I was told, here you go, you whining little, you know. Now, I don't want to hear another word about that GD fishing rod, you know. It's kind of like, well, you brought it back now, so there's no reason why you should have to hear another word about it. Thank you for bringing it back, you know. I moved this bed over here so that there's no more danger of it falling down on top of me. It's already done that once. And it's heavy as hell. I had an awful time getting out from under it when it did that. Luckily, it didn't hit me on the head, you know, when it fell down. But anyway, there's that. Get that out of here. Oh, there we go. That's my mop. My old string mop there. I don't know if I'll ever need it again. There's my hedge trimmers down there. Darn it all, anyway. Look at all this stuff. I put the old Jacobson lawnmower up for sale too. I'm not going to keep it. It takes up too much room and it's heavy as hell. And I'll never fix it. I know that. So it can go. I'm keeping the old, this old one here though. This is actually a good machine. I do need to put a new gas tank and carburetor combination on it though. These are the old machines that have the carburetor built into the top of the gas tank. But I can get one of those through Amazon. So that's not a big deal. Oh, yeah. I remember them giving machines like that away on The Price is Right. Like that machine back there. And I remember them cutting the grass with these in the Perth Hospital with the sulky. It's got the sulky. The sulky is actually worth a lot of money. It is, because most of these didn't come with a sulky. But I remember them cutting the grass behind the hospital, around the hospital in Perth with machines like this, and the guys bouncing along on the tractor seat on the sulky, you know. There's the tractor seat there. I remember that when I was a little kid watching them go all over the lawn with one of these. Well, they had a few of them. There was like 2 or 3 of them going at any given time, cutting the lawn at the hospital in Perth. Anyway, so I do remember these being used, but a long time ago. I got to go back to the days of this fishing pole to remember that. Anyway, we'll put this back. Yeah, I remember that though, when the guy's dad traded in the car. and the fishing rod was still in the back of it. And I was relentless. I wanted my damn fishing rod, and I was going to have it. Yeah, that was all there was to it. Anyway, I got to put all this back in here now. I do, which means I got to figure out once again how I'm going to do everything. But I'll do that. I'll figure it out. And that'll be it. All right, now. There's lots of stuff yet that has to be sorted out, but we're getting there. We're getting there, we are. You know, I don't even know what half of this stuff is. I think those are all pictures and a mirror back there and stuff. Holy smokes, hey. It just keeps going and going. That looks like cassette tapes up there in that brown case. That's what'll be in it. But yeah, lots of stuff. Car parts and everything. Yeah. Alrighty then. We'll see y'all later. It's pretty out there today. Bye for now.